When I was 9 years old, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. And what that meant for me was that I had my large intestine removed, spent 3 months in the Mayo Clinic, and also got unbelievably close with my mom. And during that time, my mom and I both had this joint dream that we would go to Africa. And when I was a junior in high school, that dream came true. My mom and I spent 3 weeks, 2 weeks in a preschool and 1 week in an orphanage, volunteering and having one of the most incredible experiences I'll ever have in my life. And while we were there, two issues really struck me: that of water sanitation and also the lack of education in the slums in Nairobi. And so you may be wondering, first, who I am and why I'm telling you these stories. And my name is Elizabeth Davis. I just graduated from the University of Notre Dame and am now working at the Coca-Cola Company in Atlanta on their sustainability team. And so when I graduated, I really wanted to look at where you can move the needle, especially in, say, water conservation and also food security issues. Because during my time in school, I found those to be incredibly important. And what I found was that if you're able to work in the nexus of government, nonprofit, and corporations, you're going to have such a bigger impact than if you're working one of those independently. So the big question was, where do I start? And what I realized was if you're able to work for one of those large food and beverage companies, you can have one of the biggest differences because you're able to really move that needle. And so that's how I arrived at the Coca-Cola Company. And what I've come to find is that Coca-Cola is doing incredible things. They have two initiatives that I think align very well with the mission of what you are trying to achieve with sending individuals to developing countries. And so they have one called 5 by 20, which is empowering 5 million women by 2020 and also being water neutral by 2020. And what I realized is that there's so much work to be done in those areas, and also how inspiring it is to hear those stories. And I don't think that a lot of people understand until they're really in the field, and I didn't understand until I went to Kenya, the lack of both sanitation and education that individuals have. And yet I think it's one of those, or two of those issues that are most important to humanity. First, the very basis that we stand on with water conservation, and then really how we expand from that. So where do you go from your initial needs with having water and food to then go further and go beyond and really reach for your dreams? And I don't think you can do that without education. And so I would love the opportunity to go to any of the sites. I've never been to India, I've been to Africa once, and I've also never been to Ecuador. So thank you so much for listening to my video, and good luck with the rest of the applications, and I wanted to thank you again.